What I'm going to show here is using Boris, which is a great PHP REPL library, to interact with our Silex application. This is really key actually for just working out ideas at the command line, queries, and even sometimes tracking out bugs, which can sometimes be really hard in the web browser. And so when we open up the Boris RC, we're going to notice that I'm just bootstrapping the start PHP. And then a few lines down, I pass the output of that, which is core, to an array key called core in the Boris set local. If we open up the start PHP, we'll just see a generic bootstrap file that I can use via this or the index file or later on some command line functions I'm adding. So this one start file does all of that for all those different applications or different ways to interact with this application. So you'll see it loads the autoloader, it instantiates our core app, which is Silex, and it loads some services later on. So now in Boris, I have access to that. So let's see, if I call to core get app results repository, I'm going to call to a service that I already have loaded via the Pimple dependency injector. So now when I say test equals repo get all, I can now take that service and run commands against it and then output the results of that to quickly see outside of the website what's going on or might not be working. Even just call some of the classes directly. Let's see if I type this in. Let me make some space here at the command line so we can fully see the screen. One moment. Back into Boris, we can say what classes do I have available to me? Well, I have this one class I'm using called user. And it's just a query of the model, the database, the ORM. So I could just say user all. And I can start just seeing my data and experimenting with certain queries to eventually just build into the application. But it's just a great way to troubleshoot and to get a sense of what's working, what's not working, and try some ideas. Here's another example where I want to go to a class that's deeper into the namespacing. We see that I can just do sites equal, and I'll go down into the namespace. And there's an error. But that error is just because I had a typo. It's not sites, it's site, because models are typically singular named. And then when I do that, we get the results of that particular query against the sites model, and I'll just shoot it out to an array, and we then quickly see. Again, just a really powerful way to interact with your application at the command line.